Welcome to Celebrity Republic. If you're a fan of all things entertainment, this is the channel for you. From the latest gossip to lifestyle videos and more, we've got it all. Hit that subscribe button now to join the Republic and never miss a moment of the action. On October 19, 1962, Evander Holyfield was born in Atmore, Alabama. He was the youngest of 9 children born to his father, Isam Coley, and mother Annie Laura Holyfield. Holyfield was raised in poverty, and his family had financial difficulties. Boxing provided Holyfield with comfort when he was young. His older brothers, who were also amateur boxers, introduced him to the sport. At the neighborhood boys' club, Holyfield started his training, and he soon achieved success. At the age of 10, he defeated the competition of the boys' club, and he excelled in the sport all through his youth. Even though he was initially successful, Holyfield struggled in his personal life. His mother relocated the family to Atlanta, Georgia, where they lived in public housing after his parents divorced when he was a little child. Holyfield went to Atlanta's Fulton High School, but left before he could graduate to pursue a career in boxing. Holyfield won the National Golden Gloves title in the light heavyweight division in 1980, at the age of 17. He also participated in the Moscow Olympics in 1980. But the United States boycott of those competitions caused his performance to be cut short. Following the Olympics, Holyfield made the switch to professional boxing and started his career. In November 1984, he defeated Lionel Byram through unanimous decision after 4 rounds. Holyfield kept picking up victories. By 1986, he had a 10-0 record with 8 knockouts. Holyfield faced obstacles along the way to his career in the ring. He suffered his first professional defeat against Dwight Muhammad Qawi in a grueling match that lasted the full 2 rounds in 1986. Despite the setback, Holyfield later that year won the WBA cruiserweight championship. Holyfield made a name for himself as a dominant force in the cruiserweight division throughout the late 1980s. Before switching to the heavyweight class in 1988, he successfully defended his championship a number of times. By a 3rd-round knockout victory over James "Buster" Douglas, Holyfield claimed his first heavyweight championship. The 1990s saw Holyfield's career flourish even more. He defeated competitors like Michael Moorer, Mike Tyson, and George Foreman, en route to become a 4-time heavyweight champion. Since that, Foreman and Tyson were regarded as being past their prime at the time of their respective fights, Holyfield's victories against them were particularly important. Holyfield encountered a number of controversies throughout his career despite his success in the ring. Bill Caton, his former manager and trainer, filed a lawsuit against him in 1991, alleging that Holyfield had broken his contract. A settlement outside of court was reached for an undisclosed sum, and much anticipated rematch between Holyfield and Mike Tyson took place in 1996. When Tyson bit off a portion of Holyfield's ear in the 3rd round, the fight was marked by controversy. After Tyson was disqualified, Holyfield won the match via technical knockout. The details of Holyfield's private life have also been investigated. He has 11 children and has been married and divorced 3 times. He was sued in 1999 by a lady who claimed he was the father of her child. Later genetic tests verified his paternity for the child. Holyfield has struggled with money throughout his career. In spite of his celebrity and accomplishment, he suffered a foreclosure loss on his home in Fayette County, Georgia, in 2008. Also, he has encountered legal issues and lawsuits involving his finances. Evander Holyfield's early years were characterized by hardships and poverty. Despite these challenges, he became successful at boxing at a young age and found comfort in it. Holyfield continued to excel in the sport and rose to become one of the all-time great boxers. One of the best heavyweight boxers of all time is Evander Holyfield. He has competed against numerous strong opponents throughout his career and taken part in some of the most illustrious contests in boxing history. The following are a few of Evander Holyfield's most notable matches. Holyfield defeated James "Buster" Douglas in 1990 to win the WBC, WBA, and IBF heavyweight belts. Holyfield had to overcome a significant obstacle in order to win. Douglas was seen as the underdog. George Foreman, 1991. Holyfield faced Foreman, who was attempting a comeback at the age of 42, to defend his heavyweight championships. The contest, which Holyfield won by unanimous decision, is regarded as one of the best heavyweight battles of all time. First of 3 fights between Holyfield and Riddick Bowe I, 1992. This fight saw Holyfield lose his heavyweight belts, but it was a remarkable contest in which both competitors gave it their best. Mike Tyson I, 1996. Holyfield and Tyson squared up in this eagerly awaited fight. which would become infamous for Tyson's bite on Holyfield's ear. Holyfield retained his heavyweight belts and won the match through technical knockout despite the controversy. One of the most eagerly awaited matches in boxing history was the rematch between Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield in 1997. Tyson was disqualified for biting Holyfield's ear a second time in the third round, giving Holyfield the victory. Holyfield and Lewis squared off for the undisputed heavyweight title in Lennox Lewis I in 1999. Many people feel that Holyfield should have won the fight, despite the fact that the match ended in a disputed draw. Holyfield defeated John Ruiz I in 2000. Becoming the first heavyweight champion to do it. Holyfield prevailed via unanimous judgment, but the judges' scores caused some debate. Hassam Rahman 2, 2002. This fight was a rematch between Holyfield and Rahman. At age 39, Holyfield won the contest via unanimous decision, making history as the oldest heavyweight champion. 2004. Larry Donald. This was Holyfield's final notable ring triumph. Holyfield prevailed via unanimous decision, but it was obvious that he had reached the end of his career. Over his career, Evander Holyfield faced a number of great opponents and fought in some of the most memorable bouts in boxing. Holyfield is still regarded as one of the best boxers of all time, despite his contentious choices and personal struggles. Like many athletes, Evander Holyfield has dealt with controversy throughout his career. The following are some of the most significant disputes in which Holyfield has been involved. A bite incident involving Mike Tyson. The two ear bites Tyson inflicted on Holyfield during their 1997 rematch are legendary. During the third round, Holyfield's ear was bit off on the first bite. Tyson was eliminated after the contest was paused. The public and the boxing community both expressed tremendous shock and disgust over the occurrence. Usage of substances to improve performance. After a positive drug test in 2012, Holyfield was prohibited from boxing in the state of New York. Although Holyfield insisted that he had taken the substance by accident, the episode aroused concerns about his career-long use of performance-enhancing substances. Financial difficulties. Holyfield has had money issues despite making millions of dollars during his boxing career. He had to deal with the foreclosure of his Georgia mansion in the early 2000s. As a result of unpaid taxes, Holyfield filed a lawsuit against his financial advisors in 2008, alleging that they had mishandled his funds and left him on the verge of bankruptcy. In addition, he has been sued by creditors and forced to sell several of his things at auction. Domestic violence. After hitting his then-wife, Janice Itson, during an altercation, Holyfield was charged with misdemeanor family violence in 1999. Holyfield was required to go to counseling and complete community service after entering a no-contest plea to the allegation. Another ex-wife, Candy Calvana Smith, filed a lawsuit against Holyfield in 2010. Alleging that he had neglected to provide their daughter with child support. Homophobic remarks. During an appearance on the UK reality series Celebrity Big Brother, Holyfield created controversy in 2012. Holyfield responded that homosexuality was not normal and likened it to a disability when questioned about his opinions on the subject. Later, he expressed regret for his remarks and said that he had not intended to offend anyone. Refused to retire. Despite concerns about his health and his deteriorating abilities, Holyfield continued to box well into his 40s and 50s. As he made his final professional appearance in 2011 at the age of 48, many in the boxing world ridiculed him for still competing years after his prime. In conclusion, Evander Holyfield has been involved in a lot of problems over the course of his career, such as the iconic biting incident with Mike Tyson, financial difficulties, accusations of domestic violence, and homophobic remarks. Holyfield is still adored in the boxing community and is recognized as one of the best heavyweight fighters of all time despite these concerns. Currently, Evander Holyfield is a retired American professional boxer who has a net worth of $1 million.
Join the ultimate celebrity fan community by subscribing to this channel, Celebrity Republic. Get the latest news, interviews, lifestyles, and exclusive content from your favorite stars all in one place. Don't miss out. Subscribe now.